A New York appellate court has ruled that former President Donald Trump can post a lower bond to cover his $464 million civil fraud judgment. The appellate division, First Department, said Trump can post a bond in the amount of $175 million to cover the judgment. Trump's attorneys had argued obtaining a bond for the full amount of $464 million was a practical impossibility. The panel of 5 judges also opted to delay enforcement of the $464 million judgment by 10 days. The ruling comes as Trump and his sons faced a Monday deadline to pay or secure a bond, or risk New York Attorney General Letitia James beginning the process of seizing the former president's prized assets. The 2-page order said, "It is ordered that the motion is granted to the extent of staying enforcement of those portions of the judgment ordering disgorgement to the Attorney General of $464,576,230.62, conditioned on defendants' appellants posting, within 10 days of the date of this order, an undertaking in the amount of $175 million." Trump, addressing reporters during his appearance Monday at a hearing in his hush money criminal case, thanked the appellate court for the ruling. Trump said, "I greatly respect the decision of the appellate division, and I'll post either $175 million in cash or bonds or security or whatever is necessary very quickly within the 10 days, and I thank the appellate division for acting quickly. We got what we wanted," one source close to Trump told ABC News. 30 bond companies had declined to offer Trump a bond to cover the full $464 million judgment and were waiting for the appeals court to rule. In a statement, a spokesperson for the New York Attorney General said, "The $464 million judgment plus interest against Donald Trump and the other defendants still stands. Donald Trump is still facing accountability for his staggering fraud," the statement said. The court has already found that he engaged in years of fraud to falsely inflate his net worth and unjustly enrich himself, his family, and his organization. Trump attorney Alina Habba, in a statement, said, "We are extremely pleased with the ruling issued by the appellate division. This monumental holding reigns in Judge Engoron's verdict, which is an affront to all Americans. This is the first important step in fighting back against Letitia James and her targeted witch hunt against my client, which started before she ever stepped foot in office. The First Department no doubt recognized the rule of law must triumph over the political agenda of the Attorney General," said Trump attorney Christopher Kise. President Trump looks forward to a full and fair appellate process which overturns the judgment and ends the Attorney General's abuse of power and tyrannical pursuit of the front-running candidate for President of the United States. In February, Judge Arthur Engoron found that Trump and his sons had committed a decade of fraud by inflating their assets to obtain better business deals. Trump and his sons have denied all wrongdoing and have appealed the ruling. The finding and $354 million penalty, plus interest, immediately presented a cash crunch for a man who successfully ran for president on his wealth and success. "I mean, I became president because of the brand, okay? I became president. I think it's the hottest brand in the world," Trump told the Attorney General's office during a deposition last year. Since Judge Engoron's order last month, Trump's lawyers have made a concerted effort to delay the enforcement of the massive financial penalty in his civil fraud case as well as the $83.3 million judgment he was ordered to pay after a jury found him liable for defaming the writer E. Jean Carroll. Trump, who has denied all wrongdoing, has filed a notice of appeal in that case. Following Trump's fraud judgment, Trump's lawyers first asked Judge Engoron to delay entering the judgment by 30 days to allow for an orderly post-judgment process, particularly given the magnitude of judgment. Engoron denied that request and signed the judgment on February 22. The following day, the New York Supreme Court clerk entered the judgment, effectively starting the clock for the financial penalties in the case. "You have failed to explain, much less justify, any basis for a stay," Engoron wrote in response to the defense's request. "I am confident that the appellate division will protect your appellate rights." The following week, Trump's lawyers asked New York's appellate division, First Department, for permission to post a $100 million bond, a fraction of the over $550 million needed to cover the full judgment. They advised the court that a bond for the complete judgment was impossible and that the Trump Organization might have to sell off properties.